can't get that one.
Right. Go ahead.
I couldn't wear it. Go grocery shopping in there. Your wife? Where is she? No, they know. She's going out sick. That's why I look for her. Ain't get there when I'm in the hospital. I know.
He's gonna play both of them at the same time. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right
I lost it. I gotta get that thing.
Play me and my bass guitar.
I can't get this one. The accent's higher than one using.
Oh, you say that's high? That's high action? Man, them strings is like right on the frets.
That's Pastor Harry Thomas.
Yeah, it's like,
That's a whole bunch of stuff happening there, bro. That's a whole bunch
Showed it to me. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get to work.
I can't do that one.
Y'all gonna make me mess around.
See, Bert?
And have to give me a French fee. Y'all gonna make me guy to do it.
The thing that's easiest about the thing that's what it is about Victor's style, man, is this independent hand. He might play while he doing something like this. He ain't really doing nothing.
Right. Yeah, that's what he said. He ain't really doing
He
nothing.
showed it to me. I'm like, wow.
That's what give him style, man. That's what give him. So you can take songs like regular songs like we played all the time, like, you know, Princess Let's Work. And you can take Victor and put in there just a couple little finger style with the thumb and that.
Right, so you doing,
So you can go
plucking and hammering.
And what Victor did is he take this and then put more funk on it, like. You ain't really doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
He keeps saying you ain't doing nothing. You doing more than anybody else doing. What
Like
you talking about? Ain't doing nothing.
Just like a regular line, like the only thing Victor did is just use that finger
To do hammers.
Yeah,
He's doing hammers, right?
like a regular line. Like,
Right, he hammered.
and he using this hand.
You killing me, bro.
You ain't doing nothing.
All right, so what's your name?
Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas. You a bass player?
Yes, sir.
How long you been?
What do you think?
Are you?
Man, this is second instrument. Actually, you play bongo. You play the triangle.
So you want to? Are you a Detroit bass player, Eric?
Yes, I am.
You on the Detroit bass player page?
No, I'm not right now. No.
Okay. Who you been playing with? This somebody. How long you been playing? Give me something.
I played basically in churches. I've been playing in churches.
What churches you play with?
I played with last church I played with was High Praise Cathedral of Faith. And that's the pastor then was Dietrich Haddon, and I played with them for 5 years.
Okay, and that's the last church you played with for 5 years. So when did you start playing bass?
I started playing when I was in high school, man, back in 86.
You started playing bass in 86. If you don't mind me asking, how old were you in 86?
And I had to be about 15.
And that's when you started playing bass?
Yeah. I basically, I was walking down the street one day, because I wanted to play bass, and I was playing in the marching band. I was playing the saxophone, but I wanted to play bass, so I used to carry the bass around all the time. I couldn't even play. This guy named Bones. His name was Bones. His name was Robert Curry.
Yeah. Oh, he's on our side.
Yeah, man.
I talked to Bones the other day, man.
And he pulled me. He said, "Man, you play bass?" I said, "I'm trying to learn how to." He said, "Come on here, man." And after then, he started introducing me to Stanley. He made me learn. Wait a minute. He made me learn. He made me learn that. So you gotta learn, if you're gonna be a bass player, man, you gotta learn this, you know. And he started showing me different grooves, and I think the first funk groove I learned, I don't even know the name of it, but he said, "Play this. I want you to get the tape recorder and play it. Go home and learn it." And I played it until I learned it. I don't even know the name. Maybe y'all know it.
Okay, so a question. Why did you want to learn to play bass? A lot of people don't even know what a bass is until they like 20, 30 years old. At 15, why did you want to learn? What was the trigger to say bass guitar after being a saxophone
Because it seemed like the bass player was always like the coolest guy in the band, man. Everybody jumping around, but he's the one standing in the pocket, and he the one got. Basically, it seemed like people was dancing off the singing or whatever, man. But unless they got that bass line, they say, I want to do that.
Right.
I want to make somebody dance off of what I'm playing. The horn, all that. They say, oh yeah, that's good and all that. They love that, man. It sounds sweet. But unless you got that,
play that groove again.
Unless you got that, it ain't gonna, nothing's gonna happen. They're not gonna move, man.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep my voice in here. You know what I'm saying? I might text these, but during that time, during the '80s and stuff, it wasn't really too much popular bass lines going on. They switched to bass keyboards.
Well,
Dallas.
The first line I heard that really made me recognize a bass. I said, man, what is that dude doing? I had the TV on, watched the TV with my dad, and we was laying in the middle of the floor, and it came on.
Bernie Miller. Right.
I said, I'm learning that. I'm learning that. I want one of those.
You gotta learn that.
Whatever that is, I want one of those. And then ever since then, I started noticing bass in everything.
Okay, now what technique is that you use?
That was thumb.
Yeah, that was
muted thumb. Let me see it again. How you play muted?
I just put my end of my hand on the end of the on the strings, and finger the string.
I first started Marcus Miller do that.
I don't know what it is. I don't know the technical term for it.
Yeah, well, it's just muted, palm muting. Yeah, exactly.
And ever since then, I've heard it all. I heard it. Then I realized where it was when I started learning how to do it. Then it's in many popular songs like.
That was Jamerson
with the actual pad.
Cats was trying to duplicate that. Because he had a P bass with sponge underneath it.
Right, they
so
actually
the strings.
Really?
Yeah, so when Cats went to thumping, like Marcus was the first guy that I ever heard put his palm on it to get the
same thing.
You remember the little cup they used to put over the bridge on fender basses? The little cup right there where your hand is? There used to be
the big
they had a sponge underneath of it.
Right.
Yeah. And then Jamerson put
actually,
it was a bridge cover.
Was taking it off.
Yeah, the bridge cover used to have a sponge in it.
And then Jamerson put it under the strings.
Right, and that gave it.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yeah.
And he used it on every song with one finger.
Yeah.
With one finger.
See how green I am. I'm green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but then I hear, then we hear today. I can't get it.
Okay, let me ask you a question then, Eric. You know that's my middle name, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So you started playing. You heard the Bernie Miller stuff, and you wanted to play bass. That's a strange transition from saxophone to bass. Usually, most bass players or the average bass player comes from a bass clef instrument like trombone or something like that, upright or something like that.
And Scott LaFaro came from flute.
What's it? Another treble clef guy?
Scott LaFaro. When you look at Marcus Miller came from the bass clarinet.
Right.
Okay, so Eric, who is some of your favorite bass players? Professionally or not so professionally. You know, one of my favorite bass players is this cat right here, Reggie Canty. And yeah, you can say he's professional, but is he popular like Kern Brantley? No, he ain't played with Lady Gaga, but this is one of my favorites right here. Another one of my favorites is a guy named Freddie Williams, no relation, but he was the guy that made me pick up the bass when I was 11 years old. Who is some of your bass players? Your favorites, famous or not famous? If I you know have time to edit this, I might just add a snippet or something that those cats, you know, if I can find them.
Well, for me, you know, as far as professionals,
amateurs, professionals, don't matter.
Okay, I'm gonna name my most one that's out there professional. I like Victor Wooten. That's my guy, man. I like Lan Karan, you know, Doug Johns.
Okay, so
as far as gospel cats, I love Andrew Goucher, and now I like Alan Evans, Snoop. Snoop is a good bass player, man, a gospel bass player. Yeah, I like Snoop. You know, as far as my local heroes, my local heroes is one guy named Robert Curry, who got me started, and then this man right here, Kerry Lacey. Because Kerry Lacey, what Kerry Lacey is teaching me is the language. It's a trip to be able to talk and you can't read, you know. So that was me mostly going on talent. But now, you know, I've been talking, but I don't know how to read.
Right.
And that's why I call him one of my greatest local heroes, like right now that I know, because he's taking the time with me to teach me how to read music and really understand what music is.
What you doing?
Yeah, what music is. You know, if I was to sit in a set with maybe some professional cats and they say, yeah, we finna do this, so and so and so and beat and 1, 2, you know, whatever, I'll be able to go with them, you know, because I'm learning what to do in the right manner. So.
Okay, cool.
That's why I'm at.
And is this the man right here?
That's who taking me.
Now I want to do an interview with you. And now I'm not gonna combine these, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna do these separate. So
3, 3, 6, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1.
That's one of the most popular gospel progressions is 1, 6, 2, 5.
That's there for the 5.
It's progression. You know, 2, 5, 1.